Hey everybody, what's up? It's Tom here from toolswithtom.com, and today I want to take you through a super efficient and totally free way that you're able to capture essentially anybody's email address on their web so that you can personally email them with what you're trying to do. So this is a really effective way of being able to reach the exact person in an organization that you're looking to speak to, whether that's a hiring manager or a marketing manager, or maybe somebody in finance, and actually reach them on a personal level with their personal email. It's also a really effective way of getting more press for your business as well, instead of actually going through to a publications website and going to their info@whatever.com email address, which is like a general kind of email address. You're actually able to reach the journalists and the reporters on a direct personal basis as well by using this technique. So the first thing that you want to go about doing for this is coming up with a little bit of an email contact list, locating the person in the organization that you are looking to contact. Very simple thing to do. I won't run through this in this exact example, but essentially by running the name of the company and the title that you're looking for, you can generally find either through Google or through LinkedIn the person that you need to reach. This will give you an idea of that. You're able then to put those details into a spreadsheet and start harvesting and finding the email addresses of these individuals online. So I've got two examples today, one particularly well-known example, and just so that we know, these are email addresses that are very publicly available through these individuals' Twitter accounts and through searches as well. So what we're going to do for the first example is, first thing that I need to do is work out if the email domain is the same as the overall domain of the website. So if I take Associate Press, which is a publication in the US, and I go Associate Press. Okay, I found them here, which is ap.org is their email address. If I am looking to find out what their actual email domain is, instead of just being their web address, generally the easiest way of doing that is simply going to the Contact Us page. So if I go to the very bottom and see if they've got a Contact Us page, can't see it straight away. Here we go, actually, there it is. So I click on Contact Us. You can see through in here, it's saying, let's work together. Do you want to contact a journalist? Everything else that's involved there as well. And it's got the email domain there, which is ap.org. So the same as the website, which is great. So what I want to do is now go back to my email contact list and put that in here. So ap.org into here. And that is ready to go. So that's all I'm going to need for these initial steps. Once I've got that set up, I want to go and install a really awesome Google Chrome extension called Reportive. And so if I just Google Reportive for Chrome, be able to see the first result that comes up is the Chrome Web Store. So I've already installed this on my machine, but it's a super simple process. You just add it to your Chrome browser. But what Reportive allows you to do is when you input an individual's email address, it actually will then find that individual on LinkedIn if they have a LinkedIn profile, which completely validates the fact that you've got the right email address because it is connected to their LinkedIn account. Now, this is awesome for this particular example as it's going to validate the email address, but it's also really fantastic for if you've got, new customers signing up to either your mailing list or maybe purchasing products or services off you. It's a really awesome way to find essentially who they are, what their job title is, what industry they're in a really efficient way without ever having to leave your email client. So first, once I've actually got Reportive set up, I'd click on Added to Chrome, and you can see in the very top right, I do have a lot of different Chrome extensions, but this one here, the little R, ensures that I've got Reportive going through and set up there. And you don't need to do anything else with that at this stage. What we want to do next, I'm going to close a few of these tabs, is I want to make a copy of So once I have that, what I want to do next is make a copy of a really useful Google Sheet called the Email Permutation Google Sheet. So you can see that's what my search is going to be. hit enter, and the first result you should see is a docs.google.com. I'm going to click on that one through in there, and that's going to take me through, once it eventually loads, to a spreadsheet that allows me essentially to compose a complete list of different combinations of what a user's email address might be. So you can see here that allows me to input a first name, a last name, and a domain, and then it will spit out over here all of the different combinations that people and organizations commonly use as their email addresses. It's got simple ones from just being the individual's first name all the way through to, first name dot last name, first name hyphen last name, combinations of first name initial and then surname. So it's got really essentially all the ones that are ever used for different organizations. If we want to use this spreadsheet for our own use, we need to first make a copy of it, because as you can see now it's view only. I can't actually input anything in there. It's not allowing me to. So to make a copy, I very simply in the top left go to File, I go to Make a Copy, click on that one through in there. It's saying, okay, this is the name of what you're going to type. So I'm just going to call this one copy of email permutator, and you can select the folder if need be as well. But if I click on OK, you can see that that's going to then open up a new tab for me. And in this one, now that it's made a copy, I'm actually able, once it loads, to edit the details in here. You can see I can go through and change everything in there and put in what I want. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to take my details from my contact list. So I'm going to first grab the first name, paste that one in here. I'm going to take the last name, put that one in here. And I'm also going to take the email domain, copy that one, and paste that one in here. Now I'm left with about 45 different combinations, 46 actually combinations of what this individual's email address might end up being. So what I need to do then with this information is I need to copy all of this. So I can select it all by simply dragging down. The other way you can do it is you can click the top one, hold shift and click the bottom one. Got all 46 through in there. I'm going to copy that and then open up my Gmail account. So now that I'm in my Gmail account, I need to go and click on Compose. When I click on Compose, I'm then going to go about pasting all of these in. You can see I'm left with a big giant list of all the different email addresses. Sometimes this mucks up with the interface a little bit. Very simple way of getting back to where you need to be is if you click on the subject, it will compile all of those down. I click on 42 more. Now I've got a whole list of different possible permutations of this email address. And now it's simply a matter of finding out which one is correct. And the way that I can go about doing this is I can highlight over the email addresses to make sure that I can find the right one. And what will happen once I found the right one, which is looks like it's this one here, is it will actually then show up this individual's his complete LinkedIn profile. And so I know then if he's used this to sign up for his LinkedIn account and it's connected to his LinkedIn account, then this is going to be indeed the email address that I'm going to use here. So that's very effective. I know now that I can personalize the email based on this email address without going to the generic email line of the publishing company. So this can be a really effective way to find the email address. The one flaw I suppose that this system does has is if indeed that the individual does not have a LinkedIn profile, which depending on your industry that might be the case where not a lot of people have LinkedIn profiles. So another way that we can go about finding the email address is by using a super awesome tool called Norbit, and the URL for that one is voilaNorbert.com. Voila Norbit. And what Voila Norbit allows us to do, if I click on login, or if you don't have an account, you can go about signing up. All you've got to do is provide your email address and then validate that. But I've already got an account, so I'm going to go and log in straight away. You can see through in here that it's asking for 2 areas of information, the same as what we already have in our contact list, which is the person's name and the domain. So what I need to do then is, if I go back to my email contact list, I'm going to put in the same details. So the first name, this time I'm just going to do a space and then do the last name as well, because it's going to need the full name just in one field. And once I've done that, I'm also going to put in the email domain, paste that one through in here. It's found that one there to validate that. And now if I click on Go Ahead Norbit, what this is doing is it's essentially having a look and sending a call to the email provider to see if there is indeed a signal coming back and that there is in fact an email address attached to the common permutations that can be done. So as you can see, it's found it very, very simply, and it's saying here that this email is 100% sure, it's totally validated, this is the correct email address for this individual. So now that I've done this, I can simply copy that. I could have copied it again from my reportive list as I'd already done, but I'll go back to my contact list and paste that one in there, and then we're essentially done. Now, you can use, as you can see, that was a very simple, fast way of being able to do it. Sometimes I find that Norbit can't find the email address straight away. It might just not be able to find it. It might not actually have the record for it, in which case using the tool of the permutator and combining those up and then running reportive on all of the different permutations of the email address tends to work quite well as an alternative for that as well. So using these 2 methods, essentially you'll be able to find close to 90% of individuals' email addresses. And so this will give you a really awesome way to be able to personalize the message to exactly who you're looking for and contact those. And instead of going through and having to find the right person through the info line, you're going to go straight through to them. So this is going to make sure that your emails get far more cut through and you're able to get much better results, whether you're getting press, trying to build partnerships, or looking to close sales. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you have any questions, I'm always available. My email is tom@toolswithtom.com. And if you need any further assistance with your digital marketing, we're putting out constant guides. I'd check out some of my old guides as well. And if you need any help, just let me know. Thanks very much.